The last man that they appointed to protect the Republic was named Caesar, and he never gave up his power.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Order! Order!
I want Kevin Rudd here.
The member for Cowper will resume his seat. The member for Cowper will resume his seat. The member for Cowper.
Shit happens.
This is my land, and I was born here, and I don't know of any other place that's home. I belong here as much as what you do. Now, just because you're an Aboriginal is a weak excuse, and don't use it as an excuse.
Fucking patience, really.
The key to any job in politics is caring, and to listen and to be very involved in your community and understanding what your community needs. They all want to make the country better for Australia's future, for you and all the boys and girls who are watching.
Will you meet with and listen to these kids who are demanding action from your government to keep coal in the ground?
Kids should go to school. That's what we're committed to. We don't support the idea of kids not going to school to participate in things that can be dealt with outside of school. We do not support our schools being turned into parliaments. More learning in schools and less activism in schools.
School children around the world have missed classes to stage street protests against climate change. The first rallies in Australia and New Zealand yesterday drew tens of thousands of people.
We shouldn't need to be here fighting. We shouldn't have to be first place.
Why do the children have to act like adults want it?
This is my leader.
There you go.
And I'm ambitious for him.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks, ScoMo.
And let me say I defend to the full Mr
Depp has to either take his dogs back to California or we're going to have to euthanize them.
The gay Mardi Gras, which is really a celebration of homosexuality.
No, I don't like it. Because it's promoting something, okay, that is not natural.
You heard me, eh?
When police arrested one of those who'd argued with her on the streets of Ipswich, not only did she think he should face a court for swearing, she thought he was a prime candidate for her truly grand plan.
I'm talking about foul language. Okay, that was used against me in the street of Ipswich. And it's not acceptable.
Our Liberal team has turned New South Wales around. We fixed the budget and repaid the debt.
Those shows. Okay, good.
Now we're building for the future. Our plan includes building roads, rail, hospitals and schools, and taking the pressure off you to make your life easier.
No one can say you thought I was going to...
But now is not the time to change course. I never want to see this event held in Sydney or New South Wales ever again. We will do everything we can to shut this down.
The prospect of pill testing was again rejected by police and the government.
Anyone who advocates pill testing is giving the green light to drugs.
Did you try drugs when you were younger?
I actually didn't.
Experts are all wanting pill testing. It's been going on in Europe for 20 years.
Do not take these drugs.
But they're just kids. They try these things all the time. But where are you getting that evidence? Because all of the experts are saying, yes, it does work.
I feel like I am.
At 1:30, 2 o'clock, choose where you want to spend the rest of the night. Just choose then. Just stop. Like you might go to 5 places before then. Just make a choice as to where you want to go.
I don't understand your question, I guess.
I guess you don't. That's pretty obvious, unfortunately.
Well, how about if you phrase it more clearly instead of just insulting me? Look at it this way. 99.9% of bricklayers are men. Should we have quotas for women?
Is bricklaying representative democracy?
That has nothing to do with the question.
Go ahead and answer it, then we'll hear from the other panellists.
His question to me.
Well, yeah, if you'd like to answer the question about bricklayers.
There's nothing wrong with bricklayers.
Why there are no quotas in bricklaying?
We're going to have to euthanize them.
So he can't bowl, but I hear he's a good catch.
A tragedy, but it's going to be eventually accepted or expected that these sort of things happen when people are getting attacked in their own.
I want
your support to do this. You and you and you and you and you. Every one of you to make a difference.
This fucking language is just complicates it.
And I work on an adult sex line to make ends meet.
With the greatest respect, you are waffling this morning. You are waffling.
That's not. Well, Carl, you think that's pretty. You would say you are being very patronising.
Okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is the real you.
I've given you the response you deserve.
Where are the ladies, by the way? There are some ladies in this delegation.
There are, yes.
Where are they?
Which camera look at?
What's happened to the lady?
Special with the former Prime Minister, John Howard.
Sorry, Tony, take it as a comment.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Please.
And this is for the
Just someone please remove that gentleman. Okay, well, we apologise. Okay, obviously we apologise for that.
That's all right, don't worry. Sorry.
And I'm very sorry.
No, forget it.
Okay.
Oh, what on earth?
Senator Hanson.
I'm quite happy to remove this because this is not what should belong in this parliament. There has been a large majority of Australians wish to see the banning of the burqa.
No, we will not be banning the burqa. I am not going to pretend to ignore the stunt that you have tried to pull today. You are not an adherent of the Islamic faith. To ridicule that community, to drive it into a corner, to mock its religious garments is an appalling thing to do, and I would ask you to reflect on what you have done. Order.
You are in a relationship with one of your former staffers who is expecting your child. Is that accurate?
What I want to do is make sure that private matters remain private.
Sucked in, fellas. You went for the sucker trap again, didn't you? Anyway, thank you very much, Get Up, for being completely and utterly dopey. Sucked in with a sucker punch, fellas.
By 2016, there will be minimum download speeds of 25 megabits.
I mean, if Tony Abbott ends up the Prime Minister of Australia, I mean, you've got to say, God help us.
Shit happens.
Since the dawn of early civilization, some cunt got up and said, hey, I can fucking run this shit. I will dictate what everyone in the world has to do and how they behave. It seems history just keeps repeating itself over and over as humanity keeps making the same mistakes. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of politicians, but I know what's right and I know what's wrong. So why is every single politician out there a self-serving prick? The climate for politics allows rich, well-funded people to push their agendas onto society. That's why we have so many fucking politicians with big business partners and investors. That's why the Murray-Darling is so fucked up right now, the Great Barrier Reef. That's why we're not making any action on climate change. I guess somewhere down the line, one of these rich men figured out that peace is not sustainable. And maybe society has to bounce between chaos and peace in order for it to exist properly. You know, what we need is like a really good ruler, someone who will protect the realm, someone like Jon Snow, who's like good at heart, doesn't want to be a ruler, but knows what's best for the people. And that is never ever going to happen, is it?
And it is time to let the people